All right, let's dive into one of the most exciting and, let's be honest, maybe a little daunting milestones in your baby's first year, starting solid foods. It's a whole new adventure of tastes and textures, and today we're going to break it all down for you.
This is the big question, right? It's on every new parent's mind. You really want to get it right, but with all the advice out there, it can feel like a lot. But don't you worry, we're about to make this whole process super simple and clear.
So first, let's just get the official term out of the way. Complementary feeding. The key word here, and it's a really important one, is complementary. It's such a great reminder that these first foods are meant to add to breast milk, not replace it. For now, milk is still the star of the show.
So here's our game plan, our roadmap for this whole adventure. We're going to cover when your baby is ready, what to actually put on that first menu, how to get into a good meal schedule, how to keep mealtime safe and happy, and then we'll wrap it all up with a blueprint for healthy growth. Sound good? Let's go.
First things first, timing. This is all about learning to spot the signs that your baby is truly ready to pull up a high chair to the table. Nailing this part really sets the stage for a positive start.
So what's the magic number? Well, all the health experts pretty much agree. The starting line is right around 6 months. Before that, breast milk has absolutely everything a growing baby needs, so there's really no need to rush it. But hey, age is just a number, right? The real green lights are these 3 developmental signs. First, can they sit up with just a little support and hold that head nice and steady? Second, are they totally fascinated when you eat? Like, are they watching every bite and maybe even trying to grab your fork? And third, and this one's a biggie, when you do offer them a tiny taste, can they actually swallow it instead of just pushing it right back out with their tongue? If you're nodding yes to these, you are good to go. Now that we've totally figured out the when, let's dive into the really fun part, the what. What in the world do you serve for those first few meals? The golden rule here is to keep it simple, soft, and super easy to digest. We're talking about things like mashed up bananas, pureed pumpkin, or a nice thick porridge. Even well-cooked and mashed beans or potatoes are fantastic options. All of this stuff is really gentle on a baby's developing tummy. Okay, now listen up. If you remember only one thing from our whole chat today, please make it this one. Introduce just one new food at a time and then wait a few days before you try something else. This is so important because it's the easiest way for you to spot any potential allergic reactions or sensitivities. All right, you've got your first foods picked out and ready. So now let's talk about getting into a rhythm, a routine. How often should you be offering these new foods, and how's that going to change as your little one gets bigger? This timeline just lays it all out so perfectly. You'll start off small, maybe 2 to 3 little meals a day for the first couple of months. Then, as they get closer to their first birthday, that'll ramp up to 3 or 4 meals plus a couple of healthy snacks. And just remember, all of this is still happening alongside their regular breastfeeding. Now, this might seem like a small detail, but trust me, it's huge. The consistency of their food. Think of it this way. A baby's tummy is tiny. You want to make every single spoonful count. A thick porridge is packed with calories and nutrients. Watery porridge, on the other hand, it just fills up their little belly without giving them the energy they actually need to grow. So always think thick.
So we've covered the what, when, and how much, but the how of feeding, the whole vibe, is just as important. Let's talk about creating an environment at mealtime that's not just safe but also really positive and happy.
This all starts with the basics, hygiene. It's so simple. Always wash your hands and your baby's hands. Use clean utensils every single time. And try to make their food fresh for each meal. These little steps are your best defense against infections that can totally throw off all your great progress.
This is the heart of a whole concept called responsive feeding. It's not about just getting food into the baby. No, it's about creating a partnership, a respectful one. It's about tuning into their signals and making mealtime a moment of real connection.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it means being patient, not rushing them. It means watching for their hunger cues, when they open their mouth and lean in. But it also means respecting their fullness cues, like when they turn their head away. The goal is just a calm, encouraging experience, not some big battle to get them to clean the plate. Okay, let's pull all of these pieces together now into one final blueprint. This is really about seeing the big picture and understanding how these first bites are laying the foundation for their health for years to come.
And this right here is the ultimate goal, diet diversity. As your baby gets more and more comfortable with solids, you want to aim for a balance of these 3 groups. Energy foods for fuel, bodybuilding foods for growth, and protective foods packed with vitamins to keep them strong and healthy. And to help you feel even more confident, here's just a quick list of some common mistakes to sidestep. Don't start too early. Avoid that watery porridge we talked about. Resist that urge to add sugar or salt. Their little taste buds just don't need it. And of course, never forget those simple hygiene rules.
So why does all of this matter so much? Because what happens in this pretty short window of time has a massive impact. Getting this whole complementary feeding thing right is absolutely fundamental for a child's physical growth and their brain development. You are literally building their future one spoonful at a time.
So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this thought. You now have the blueprint for a healthy start. The only question left is, how are you going to take all this info and turn this exciting new chapter into a truly joyful and delicious food adventure for both you and your baby?